FE and is very active on all social media platforms. She's a financial author of the book, If You Ain't Stocking, You're Dropping, and This Is Why You Grow. Odetta King is the best, and she's the beast of the East. She's one of our top leaders in our financial organization, who's extremely super passionate about financial educating our community. So please let us give her a big warm welcome to the podium, Odetta King.
Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Hope you guys had an amazing, awesome day. It's been non-stop, just running, but it's all good. All gas for the next 3 months. All right. All gas, no breaks. So for those of you that are watching us live, shout out to you guys on Facebook, IG. You know we love you. But if you want to see what I'm about to share, you need to scoot over, okay? Scoot over and get in the Zoom room. If not, you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself right there. So guys, my name is Odetta King. I've been with this organization, which is life-changing. I'm going on now 4 years. And it's been quite a ride. I love it. I teach 1 day a week, guys. And the 1 day that I have to go in, I'm constantly dreading going into work, right? I know that this business is going to go with me till the wheels fall off. And someday when I get my millionaire kids, they're going to pick it up and they're going to keep rocking it, right? So my part that I'm going to talk about tonight is our awesome campaign for financial literacy. We're on a movement. Nobody is doing what we're doing. Our company is on a mission to educate 30 million families, financially educate 30 million families. To date, I think we're a little close to 2 million. When I started with this company, last year we hit over 1 million. And you know what? The top guy said, you know what? We got to keep going, because with everything that's going on in this world, in this economy, in the US, I mean, the country is broke. So if the country is broke, what do you think is going to happen to the people? So I'm going to share with you, why I got started was, like many of us, you know, we have a job, and some of us were happy with our job. Some of us, we have a 401k. Some of us save money. Some of us, we don't save money. I was one of those people. I am an avid saver. I love to stack my coins. And this is why I wrote in my first book, If You Ain't Stacking, You're Dropping. But even though I was saving money, I managed to save in 1 year, 30,000. And then within a couple of years, I saved up 100,000. And the 30,000 that I saved in 1 year was a testament that people are shopping and spending too much. So I chronicled that in my first book, If You Ain't Stacking, You're Dropping, right? So even though I had the great cushion job, making 6 figures, traveling all over the world, staying in these nice hotels for Starwood and Hilton and Marriott, which was all good back then, like many of us, I had a 401k. And I'm one of those people, because I like to save money. When my 401k went down, I was calling Jason. Okay, today Jason is no longer my friend, because now I know better. But I would call Jason every time I see my statement and I lost money, even if it's 1,000. I was calling Jason. And I was like, what's going on? And he would always try to console me and say, Odetta, you're young. The market is going to rebound. Everybody lost money. It's not just you alone. That didn't sit well with me. I don't want to lose money, not even if it's $1. So I started looking for ways to learn more about money, because something just didn't sit right with me. It didn't sit right with me losing money, because I keep saying to myself, okay, I'm losing now and I'm going to make it back. But what if I had never lost it in the beginning, right? What if I had never lost it in the beginning? So it kind of led me to where we are today, right? This is what it led me to. Trying to learn more about money so I could never ever lose money. And when I got introduced to this opportunity, I did not see it for the business. I just wanted to come and see where I could invest my money, where I could save my money, right? And actually, hold on, I got to spotlight myself. I'm being told. So thank you. let's see, remove spotlight and spotlight myself. Thanks for that. Okay, so I just wanted to know like, how can I keep investing my money without losing any money? Because that did not sit well with me at all, right? So when someone introduced me to this campaign, I did not see it for the business. I didn't care about the business because I was making six figure. I was happy, but I took the opportunity to learn about money and ways to save, grow, and protect my money. And I went to one workshop, and that one workshop taught me so much that I immediately knew that I had to get on board. I had to get on board and learn this for myself. I had to get on board and share this information with my community, because even as a professor, my dean, the faculty doesn't even know this information. And I'm like, well, if we're the one teaching it and we don't know it, how are people going to learn this stuff, right? So that was 4 years ago. It seems like yesterday, and we've got a lifetime more to go. So who are we? Our parent company is called Aegon. Aegon has been around since 1844. Guys, do the math. Do the math, okay? Aegon has been around since 1844. We're almost 200 years old, guys. We're almost 200 years old company. Super big deal, right? Now, we're based in the Netherlands. That's where Aegon is, in the Netherlands, right? And worldwide, we have a presence. We have 29 million customers worldwide, not just in US, not just in Chicago, not just in Canada, but worldwide, right? And we are so big that we're one of 9 companies ranked too big to fail. Now, we can't rank ourselves. Oh no, we cannot rank ourselves. We had to be ranked by institution. So we're ranked one of 9 companies ranked too big to fail. Guys, let me break that down, what that means to you. We have enough cash on reserve for 100 years. Some companies went out of business last year because of the pandemic. And this is a company that has enough cash on reserve for 100 years. Guys, this is a big deal. Super, super, super big deal. That's who we are. Aegon, our parent company. And like every major company, of course, you know, they got to be in New York. They got to be in the US. They got to be in Canada. They got to have a presence in major countries. So they created Transamerica. Now, when I used to work in the hotel industry, my 401k was with Transamerica. My 401k, a lot of you, if you have a 401k or a pension, it might be with Transamerica, right? Transamerica is huge. Transamerica is 100 years old, right? And in the US, Transamerica has 16 million policies in force. 16 million. Now that may sound like a lot, but guys, I always say New York alone has 9 million people. So what does that tell us? There's a lot more people that needs to be taken care of financially. Just New York alone is 9 million, right? And Transamerica has been the #1 company for women financial advisors 6 years in a row. Guys, we are killing it. We're the top 9 companies in the world. We're the #1 company 5-6 years in a row for women female advisor. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to be associated with these type of companies. Now, Transamerica has a marketing arm called WFG. So what WFG does, just like Amazon, just like Expedia, just like Orbitz, when you go on those websites, you can shop all the airlines, or you can go on Amazon and buy almost anything. Well, guess what? WFG is the marketing division. So we have over 50,000. I know this says 42, but this was as of 2019. And thanks to COVID last year, a lot of people came on board, right? So we're now over 50,000 licensed agents. 50,000. In the pandemic last year, we made so much more with new people coming on board, looking for opportunities. And we also helped a lot more families getting themselves protected, right? So our home office, we have 259 home employees. They do all the back end support for us. And to date, again, this is since 2001, but these numbers are much higher, right? Thanks to COVID. And so we have access to 77 product providers. What does that mean? When someone talks to us, World Financial Group, the marketing division, we have access to 77 product providers. These are financial product providers. And these 77 different companies are all A-rated top companies. So we work with the best because we are the best, period, right? That's who we are. Solid background, over almost 200 years. Transamerica here in the US, 100 years, just killing the game when it comes to helping families. Now, what is it we do for families? Well, number one, we're going to educate you. When we sit with a family, we're going to first educate them on how money works, because 95% of us, we don't plan to fail, but we are failing, and we're failing miserably because we don't have proper education when it comes to how money works. We have a retirement crisis. Most people that you and I know, or look at the people who already retired. If you're in a position where you have to ask them about their finances, because most people wouldn't unless you're a financial planner like we are, right? When you sit with them and you go through their retirement finances, I've yet to see somebody with $250,000. And even if you have $250,000, that's not going to hold you over for 20 years. Right? Retirement is about 20 years. So even if someone has $250,000, which we don't even see, they're going to retire broke. That's a retirement crisis. What about education crisis? I see this firsthand. Firsthand, I see this. Every semester, I poll my students, right? These kids, I'm so sorry for them because they have no idea they're going to graduate with student loan the size of a mortgage. They're going to graduate with a student loan. They're going to graduate with so much debt that their first job may not even pay them 6 figures to help pay back that debt. So what does that mean? There's an education crisis. And on top of it, I think we all can agree we're spending more than we're making. So we have a spending crisis. So this is 95% of us, right? Now, what about the 5%? The 5%, they get it right. Because either they have this education for themselves or they have access to the information, right? The 5%, when they get paid, number one, they're going to pay themselves. They're going to pay themselves first. They believe in saving money, investing money. Doesn't matter how much they're making, they're going to pay themselves first. Guys, that's a super big deal because most of us, we don't pay ourselves first. We pay everybody else, and then whatever's left over, we attempt to save it, or we attempt to invest it. And because we don't have the money education, we lose money with the investment, right? So the 5% who gets it, they're going to pay themselves first. They're going to save for their retirement. They don't say, oh, I'm going to wait until I'm 30 saving. They're going to start saving for their retirement. And because they know where to save that money, they're also capitalizing on tax-free and risk-free vehicles. Now, rich people or wealthy people, they put a lot of emphasis on their kids graduating with a college education. Whether the child wants to go to college or not, they have money set aside. I love it. You know, like telling them, save for your kids, save for your kids, save for your kids. And they're telling me, this is my own sibling. They're telling me, oh, they're going to get a scholarship. And I'm like, well, yeah, but do you know how much pressure that is? Your child has to maintain a high GPA every semester to maintain that scholarship. And every semester, I have a parent calling me, or I have a student crying in the last 2 weeks telling me that, oh, professor, can you give me an extra stuff to do or a makeup assignment because I can't afford to not get the scholarship next semester, right? So they put a big emphasis on saving for their kids' education. Whether the child is going to end up going to college or not, they have that money set aside. And if the child doesn't go to college, it's okay. Give them the money to start a business, buy a house, when they have their first child, when they get married, or whatever the case is. But they put emphasis on saving for their kids' education. And then what about proper protection? The 5%, they get it. They get it when it comes to protecting themselves, right? Because they know that they're the breadwinner. So they stack up on life insurance, right? But which type, right? You see, most of us, we're going to buy the burial type. We're going to buy a small policy just to bury ourselves. Rich people, wealthy people, people with financial education, they don't buy life insurance to bury themselves. Total different mindset. They're not going to buy a $50,000 policy just to bury myself. No, we stack up on these policies, and it has nothing to do with burial, right? So proper protection is a big deal. So this is what we do. We educate families on retirement concept, education, help you better understand how money works so you're not spending too much, how to save for your kids' college, how to save for your retirement, how to save for your future, and how to protect your future. Now, how do we do this? True financial education. You see, we're going to teach you where to put your money that is going to compound. Because if you have your money sitting in the bank, there is nothing compounding in the bank. So we're going to teach you where to put your money that's going to give you high growth, high interest, right? Because those accounts are out there. There are accounts earning 15%, 10%, 12%, but majority of us do not know, right? So we're going to show you where you can invest your money or grow your money or save your money and get compound interest, which means your money's going to take a shorter time to double. We're also going to teach you about taxes, because you see, depending on where you put your money, it's going to get taxed different. If you put your money in a checking, savings, CD, stocks, mutual fund, you're being taxed every year. As your money grow, you're being taxed. But what if you have your money in a 401k, which most people do, and they have no idea? They are clueless that they're going to pay the most taxes legally. Because you see, money in a 401k, 403b, and these types of accounts, they're called tax later. You know who's really benefiting? The government. They don't tax you now, but they're going to tax you later. So if you're watching, if you look over here where I'm putting my cursor, tax now would be the equivalent of getting taxed on $10,000. Tax later would be the equivalent of being taxed on $160,000. So if you had to get taxed on $10,000 versus $160,000, which one Uncle Sam is going to get more taxes from? The $10,000 or the $160,000? $160,000, because it's a bigger amount. So tax later accounts, yes, people are saving for retirement, but they have no idea that your 401k, let's say it grows to $160,000, you're going to pay more taxes because it's a bigger amount, $160,000, right? And then now you have tax advantage accounts, and these are accounts that you legally pay the minimum taxes, right? And we're also going to teach you about investment, because there's different types of investment. If you put your money in the bank, it's fixed. If you put your money in a 401k, it's variable. What does that mean? It's going to grow with the market, but you're also going to lose when the market go down. And if you put your money in index account, guess what? You grow with the market and you have safety. You never, ever, ever lose money. Now, who's telling us this information? Is Wachovia telling us this information? Is Bank of America telling us this information? Is Citibank telling us this information? No, they're not. And why should they? Because if we know this information, they're not making money. So it's not in their best interest to educate us, right? But we are. Our organization is on a massive movement to educate 30 million families by the year 2030. So we are educating people on these money concepts. Now, remember I told you about those 77 companies that we have access to? Well, these are just some of our flagship ones. Transamerica, of course, because we're owned by them, right? Nationwide, everybody knows the Jangle. They're on our side, right? Super big deal. Everest, the only funeral concierge that pays out in 48 hours. No other life insurance company in the planet pays out in 48 hours. Not only do they pay out in 48 hours, but there's a whole plethora of other services that goes along. You have your will, you have your medical proxy, you have power of attorney. These are documents that everybody needs. You know, it's funny because I was talking to a client last night, and this is a business person. 2 business, right? Married, husband and wife, grown kids. And I asked him, I said, do you have a will? And he said, I don't want to talk about the will. You know, that's like planning my debt. I'm like, no, you're a business person. You have a bank account. You need a will. And this is a business person I'm talking to, right? A business person that owns multiple properties and owns 2 businesses. So if a business person mindset is like this, what about everybody else who doesn't have anything, right? Everybody needs a will. The mere fact that you have a bank account, you need a will. There's no if and buts, right? So Everest is one of our flagship products. We adore and love them because guess what? At the end of the day, they're also helping families. Then we have Prudential and Pacific Life and a slew of companies. Now, you guys are here today because we also have the business platform. You see, it's one thing to educate family. Hey, Alroy. Hey, Mark. Hey, Kevin. It's one thing to educate families, but guess what? We also want to show people a way to make money using our platform because our platform is proven. The company has been around for almost 200 years. Transamerica has been around for 100 years. Like, it's a proven platform. I didn't say it. Right? I came and saw it, right? And I'm a living testimony of it because now I don't teach full-time anymore. No, I don't do my full-time job anymore. I do WFG full-time, right? And the 1 day a week that I have to go on campus, I'll be dreading it every Wednesday, right? So our business platform is second to none, right? We have tons of training. Guys, the more you learn, I say this all the time, the more you learn, the more you're going to earn. Because you can offer value when you sit with your client, right? So we have tons of helpful training. We have solid technology, right? We have smart marketing. We do tons of recognition. I remember when I was working, like, there wasn't a lot of recognition. Here we recognize you for everything. You get your new business partner, we recognize you. You get your first check, we recognize you. You get your license, we recognize you. There's so many milestones in this business that warrants recognition. We have a proven system with unlimited growth potential. And life-changing events. Guys, I've gone to so many events in the last 4 years. If it wasn't for WFG, I wouldn't even know these names. I wouldn't even know John Maxwell. I wouldn't even know E.T., the motivational #1 speaker in the world. Are you kidding me? Because of this business, I was able to go to life-changing events and meet people out of my circle that I would never meet on a day-to-day basis because that's not my world. That's not my lifestyle, right? I was able to take my mom to Israel. Even to this day, she still talks about that Israel trip. I was able to take my mom to Mexico for her birthday on one of our business trips. These things it's like, even for her as a grown adult, it's like, wow, she's never experienced it, right? And traveling with WFG is a whole different experience. If I had to go to these places on my own, there's no comparison. WFG rolls it out, red carpet style. Now, let's talk about the business opportunity in terms of making money. We are expanding. We're looking for people all over the United States and Canada. The beautiful part of this business is you can work remote from home, from the comfort of your home. And I say this every day, I'm sick of my house, but guess what? I'm stacking it up and I'm staying safe from COVID, right? I ain't got to do a lot of the stuff that most people will have to do, getting dressed, get in their car, commuting, none of that stuff. So when you start with us, right, you're going to be in training. Your first 30 days, you're going to be in training because you need your license. No license, no money. This is not no mom and pop, hanky-panky business. This is a business that is highly regulated, right? Highly regulated, that the state has to give you your license. So I can be like, oh, I'm going to pull my friend in and let me show you how to do this stuff and make some money on the side. No, the state, whichever state you're in, you have to study, get your license. And once you get your license, now you're in a position to sit and help families. So your first 30 days, you're going to be in training. You're going to be learning. You're going to be studying, right? Now, our goal is to help you become an associate. As an associate, because your first 30 days, hopefully you've hit your first milestone. We get you promoted to an associate, right? When you help a family save money, you make money. Guys, nobody is doing what we do. We get paid to help people to save money. So when I sit with a client, I don't have to make them feel bad or me feel bad that they're spending. I'm showing them the best vehicle to save their money. Do you even have friends talking to you about saving your money? And the more money that person saves, the more money we make. So let's say you're helping that person save $250 per month, which is $3,000 per year. As an associate, you get paid $1,350. For how long? You're at home on a Zoom, maybe 2 hours if you're slow and it's in the beginning, right? But what if you help 4 persons save $250 per month? Now you're looking at over $5,000 per month. And you can move all the way up to marketing director and senior marketing director. So what do? We educate families. We help people save, grow, and protect their money. On average, a senior marketing director can earn anywhere between $86,000 to $1 million. Guys, some people, well, a lot of people will die not even ever making $500,000 or $250,000. I didn't say it. Google it. Google the statistic that shows how many people in the US are making 6 figures. Google it. Senior marketing director here can make $86,000 to $1 million. $1 million. Guys, prior to coming on board, I would never even dream or phantom making $1 million. Now I can touch it. Now I know in 2-3 years, I'm making $1 million. All because of this opportunity. I could never make $1 million in the hotel industry. I could never make $1 million teaching. And if that were to even remotely ever happen, it's a W-2. So what does that mean? I'm going to be paying 40-50% in taxes because it's a W-2. So here you have an opportunity to help families. You yourself become educated about finance, help families with their finance, and have unlimited income. Unlimited income. I cannot go to my dean next semester and say, hey, Patricia, can I get $100,000 this semester? Are you kidding me? It doesn't work like that at a job, right? So here, you can make as much as you want or as little as you want. And I say as little as you want because whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out. Whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out. And everybody comes here for different reasons. Some people just want to make 1,000. Some people want to make 50,000 or whatever it is. It's fine. Whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out. So for me, I didn't even come here to make money. I just wanted to get the accounts and save my money and never lose money when the stock market dropped. So all of this was just extra, right? This is just extra. So some of you might be saying, Odetta, this sounds good. I want to come on board. I want to make this money. Or you might be saying, you know what? I want to get my finances in order. I want to get help with my finances. I want to also save money and not lose when the stock market go down. Those are your two choices. You can either say you want to get help as a client, or you want to potentially interview for a position to see if you qualify to come on board. And I say qualify because this is the financial service. We do background check, right? I've had an attorney who was rejected. An attorney. Yes, an attorney, right? So we do go through a background check. So what would your future look like in 10 years, guys? In 10 years, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing today, I can promise you, you're going to be the same place 10 years from now. Keep doing what you're doing. You're going to be the same place 10 years from now, right? So what would your future look like for 10 years, from 10 years? Ask yourself, or picture, start dreaming. What do you want to be in 10 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? What is your life going to look like in 10 years? And are you intentionally working to get it to whatever you want to be? Right? So if you're someone that wants to learn about money, save your money, protect your money, that's the client route. You're going to get educated on how money works and build a proper financial foundation. We have workshops every Wednesday. You'll be working one-on-one with a dedicated licensed financial professional, client side. Or some of you may come in as a client like me and eventually realize, oh my God, this stuff is so good. Everybody needs to know this. How do I get my license? Then now, the other one is you become an entrepreneur. Become an entrepreneur. Create an identity for yourself and live the lifestyle you want, right? Now, a lot of people might be saying, well, Odetta, I make good money. I'm good. True. But guess what? There's always better. You might make good money, but do you have freedom? Right? Attorneys make good money. Doctors make good money, but do they have freedom? Right? Can they sleep in late? Can they take off a whole week and still get paid? Do they have freedom? Right? So what I've come to learn in WFG is not about just making more money. It's about also having the lifestyle and the freedom to enjoy that money. Whether you show up or not, you're making money. So with that being said, we're going to close it off now. I want to invite you guys to get in touch with the person who invited you. Get in touch with the person who invited you. Those of you that are watching us on social media stream, get in touch with the person who invited you so we could have a one-on-one and see what are your interests. Are you interested in becoming a client and getting help with your finances? Or are you interested in an opportunity to work from home? Because guess what? I didn't say it, but Bill Gates said it. If you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it definitely is your mistake. And I think anybody who ever sees this presentation has a shot at changing their life. Right? Anybody who sees this has a shot at changing their life. So if you die poor, it's sure gonna be your mistake, because now you have an opportunity to change the course of your life. You've seen this information. If you want to see it again, or you want to talk to the person to have more questions answered, get in touch with us. And with that being said, we will talk to you guys whenever you call us, or we'll be calling you. So thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure. Make it a great week. Don't play yourself, pay yourself, and let's all make sure that we're stacking these coins. Thank you guys so much.
Recording stopped.